I think it's important for us as a company to be present at ASHRAE so that we can show our customers the latest and greatest technology, the latest and greatest companies that are coming into the marketplace, where the industry is moving. We need to stay on top of that. If you don't attend ASHRAE as a distributor, I think we could fall behind on what we need to be on top of and keep our customers up to that too. And
it was my first show, and I told you guys while we were there, but I was not prepared. I was not prepared for how exhausting it was. It's always nice to see all of the brands that we represent and manufacturers that we carry, obviously, and to meet those people that we already have those relationships with.
I thought this was my first show going not as an exhibitor, so I got to go.
That's right.
I got to go as
You weren't
somebody.
working.
Exactly. I got to go and stop at several booths that we have relationships with and find out more about the new products.
I'd encourage all of our customers to attend. If they get up close and see the design quality of these products, especially if it's for a brand they haven't considered using in the past, it's the best way to see everything in a short period of time.
It was intimidating, but great to go with the two of you who I think knew 90% of the people there in those 4 aisles that represented controls, if not more. But
it's our world.
Yeah. One of the things that I liked that we got to actually see in person is Valve Tech, who we've talked about and I've seen in our catalog, but never actually seen the product in person, which was another benefit of being there.
Right, when you see the products in the flesh, you realize that the build quality is so impressive, and just seeing it in a catalog or on the website just doesn't do it justice.
We call them Valve Tech, but I know that they actually go by Califlow, Electra, ProValve, a couple other brands.
Yeah, they introduced a new globe valve in the small 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch size that you could use a fairly small actuator and get pretty good close-off torque with it, and it was available in fail-safe and non-fail-safe in a really sweet spot price-wise that I thought was pretty impressive. Valve Tech, we've been selling their products for years. They're owned by the Green family. John, the father's Jim Green, and the son is John, and I think some other family members work in the company as well. They're in Memphis, Tennessee. These guys forgot more about valves than a lot of companies know about them. They're pretty good. They're
nice
impressive
guys.
and really nice guys. They've got that Tennessee gentleman quality to them that makes you want to do business with them. One of the new products we saw that was maybe a pretty cool product was the a sensor, a CO2 sensor that was backnet, but from GE that I think's unique. I don't think we have anything else like that in the catalog. So CO2 is one of those products where you may not have one in every room, but you've got one in that auditorium down at the end of the building, and you don't have an automation panel that you can bring it into. So it's of all the sensors, I think that making a backnet output is appropriate for. I think CO2 is the number one.
Well, it adds
product.
CO2, humidity, and temperature as well.
All in one box.
So it all
backnet coming back. Well,
that is correct.
I think that's a pretty cool product, and that was by GE Sensing. Vygonix come up with a product that's pretty impressive. It could be a game changer. Their old product was available as a communicating or non-communicating smart thermostat, where the brains for the automation was in the stat instead of the automation panel. And we've sold tons of these things. It's a pretty popular product. Their new product, I don't have one here because it's actually not available yet. I think it comes out next quarter.
Correct.
Is what they're shooting for. But the new product, the entire front surface of the stat is an LCD screen. And it was cool. You could change the background color of the LCD screen. So if you're using this in hotels, you could match the decor of the room or the lighting mood of the room. So it could be amber, it could be green, it could be blue, it could be reddish. You could pick all these different colors. But you could also program on the front of it what you wanted to display. You could display just temperature. You could display temperature, humidity, outside air, fan speed, set point, occupancy. You could self-program what you want very easily, what you wanted to display on the stat. So you could customize it for the type of customer you're selling it to. The other cool part was that Vygonix parent company, Schneider Electric, has recently purchased Can2Go. And they've taken the Can2Go and Ocean technology and embedded it on this board. So in addition to the 16 inputs and 16 outputs on this thing, you've also got an virtual unlimited and Ocean wireless points available to it. Had occupancy built into the cover. I think it had light level built into it too, if I'm not mistaken.
Pretty versatile.
I think it's very versatile stat. it's gonna challenge the industry with whether you go with all the smarts on the wall or the smarts at the device you're trying to control and a sensor on the wall.
Right, definitely a different way of thinking.
Yeah.
Some of the guys I enjoyed meeting at the show were Bill Whitehead and the rest of the guys from HK Instruments out of Finland, new to the North American market, and they've got some very cool products. Everything they do is really designed to be user-friendly, and that's exemplified by their really elegantly packaged, wall-mounted CO2 temperature humidity sensor that's got this very cool, very intuitive touch screen to configure it and control it. And a really nice product. I think they're going to do really well in the Americas.
Yeah, they also had a product that I think is unique that measures air velocity. There's several products on the market by other manufacturers, but what these guys did that I think is unique is they've taken the probe and changed the shape internally of the probe so that it gives you a vortex that they can measure directly and tell you what the CFM is in the duct right there. And it's very easy to set up. There's a K factor that's stamped onto the probe. You insert the probe in the duct, connect it to the device, enter the K factor, and you're done. And it shows you, what the reading of CFM is in the duct and gives you a 4 to 20, 0 to 10 volt output for your automation system. Not aware of anybody doing that, and very well priced.
It was a great show to attend. Everybody was reporting they were having great interest in their products. Everybody was upbeat. Everybody was reporting business was up to a strong start this year.
Yes.
And it was perhaps one of the most upbeat ASHRAE shows I've ever attended.
Yeah, you're right about that. I was pleasantly surprised and happy to hear most suppliers, most of the customers that we met there, everybody was upbeat and said their January and December were great, and they were crossing their fingers. It was good to hear that the industry's picking up. Well, next year I think the show's in New York, and I would like to take as many employees as we can and still keep the shop here open, because I think it gives it does two things. It lets all of our employees get a feel for the size of this industry and how impressive and important it is, but we also get to meet all the vendors, usually the presidents of the companies or directors of each vendor that we do business with is there, and we can meet them all in one place. It's pretty valuable.
And see all the new stuff that's about to come
And of
out.
course, yeah, see all the new products. Okay, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.